You're not running? I am officially running for President of the United States. The American dream is dead. But if I get elected, I will bring it back. Bigger and better.
Hey, Bodgers. Another Bodger blog. I've been watching some of the footage of the presidential candidate debates and things. I don't know. Nothing against me, American Bodgers. You're all doing great. Keep liking, keep subscribing. But this isn't going to be a political evaluation of the debates and all that, or how you run your country. That's up to you. It's you know, not to do with us, really. You know, as a nation, nothing to do with me as a person, really. You know, that's the decisions you've made. But watching it, it's like, I don't know. They all talk over each other, don't they? And they're all arguing amongst themselves. And bearing in mind, all these people are supposed to be in the same party. You know what I mean? And they've all got their ideas, and they're all criticising each other and having a go at each other, and everyone's whooping and hollering that are in the crowd, in the way that our former colony friends do. You know. Everything's bigger and better in America, innit? You know, a bit louder, which you kind of like, you know, kind of like that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the whole world's in a mess, innit? Everyone's got their ideas how they can sort it out and make a difference, make a change. But then when it comes, there ain't a lot of change that's made, is there? Still some bloke in a suit, some chinless wonder who in our case has been to Eton or Cambridge or wherever, or in the Americans' case been to Harvard or whatever, you know, Stanford. But they're probably from a long line of politicians, and no matter who you put in there, really, does it? It's just another suit, innit? For me, government and looking after your citizens, I think should be more local, you know what I mean? Nobody knows what people want better than the people that are around you. I've been a parish councillor twice, and both times it's because I believe in people being represented and being looked after. I've had very strong reasons as to why I've done it. You know, I'm not a political person, but in the first case something had to be said, and they had to make a stand to protect people, to protect children. And then the second time round, there was a chance we was going to lose that representation altogether at a local level. Or parish, for those who don't know, a parish is like the village and the surrounding area. And you get local people to represent that community to the council or to the local government body. You don't get to make decisions as such. You get so much money that you can spend in the area and try and improve it for people and things like that. You make the decision where that money's spent. But actual, you know, like you get asked about the planning or zoning for the Americans, you know, planning and zoning on new homes and people's extensions and things. You get asked your opinion. Your opinion don't count for a lot, but it means you've got a voice, and you can put the voice of the community. You talk to people, you talk to your neighbours, and you talk to your friends that are in the area, and you form some sort of an opinion, and that's what you take to the meeting, and that's what you vote on. Some bloke in London, or like you guys in Washington, don't have a clue what it is that you want at a local level. You know what I mean? They don't know what you're going through, what your community's going through. Where I live, it's quite rural, so a lot of things has to do with preserving nature, or keeping the farmers going, or you know, somebody wants to build an extension to their house because their family's growing. You know, those sort of decisions are the things that matter to people. Yeah, keeping the economy healthy, you know, so you're not paying as much in tax and your price of your bread isn't going up every day. You know, that matters, I get that, and that's dictated by a global scale of things, and you know, but people don't really see the results of that. You know, they maybe see it, that they ain't got as much money as they might have done, and that, you know, their money doesn't go as far. Well, that's where at a local level you can help. You know, if your community has a piece of land, make it into a little allotment where people can grow vegetables and berries and whatever, you know, strawberries and stuff, and people can actually get the food from there, you know, carrots, whatever. Involve the community in that, you know, teach kids how to grow their own food and how important it is to look after nature and things. I don't know, I've been on about nature before, and it's a big thing for me, I know. But it seems the politicians, all they want to do is come along and concrete it over and stick houses on it. Oh, you know, I believe you've got an issue in Maui at the moment in Hawaii, where as soon as they've had a fire, for whatever reason that might be, you know, they come along, there's all the rich types, and they say, oh, we want to buy up all that land. The fact it has good views of the beach, nothing to do with it, no bearing at all. Want to build homes for people, yeah. Multi-millionaire people, maybe, you know. So the only way that people can say, well, look, I'm not happy with that situation, is to protest. And where's that done? Local level. People take to the streets and they'll protest against what they think is something that they can't get on with. Always comes back to a local level. Families, community. Looking after each other. Trying to avoid all the arguments and the bickering and the, you know, I've done this and you've done that and all that sort of stuff. Gets you nowhere, don't get you any further. Our own politicians here in the UK, they do it, you know. They'll all have a go at each other, but ultimately, still the same soaks in charge, innit? And if you do decide to run as an MP and actually take a seat, you get shouted down. Your career's quite short because you don't fit in, you don't comply. I'm a big believer in not complying. We saw it during the pandemic. It ended up getting political. People were getting ill. People were dying of other things related. But I didn't comply. Not rebellious, I'm not, you know. I just have a bit of common sense about me. I'm not dissing anybody there, you know. If you wanted to get your jabs and, you know, wear your mask and things, good for you, you know. Like I say, you do you. But there was a lot of people who didn't, you know. Well, you're risking blah blah's health and whatever, and being called COVID idiots and whatever else, you know. A lot of anger. Sometimes you think it might be part of a bigger plan, you know. Is it divide and conquer? I hope not. But that's where the community comes in, your local people. It's hard for them to divide a family, to divide a local community. Local communities are quite strong when they need to be. If you're doing harm to them or something that's going to affect them directly, they're going to stand up. Once you get a few communities all doing the same thing, not complying, protesting, then they start to take notice, don't they? And they soon start to drop whatever it is, because they realise that come the next election they're going to be out of a job, out on their ear. No, don't worry about them, they're fine, they're all millionaires, they're all got businesses and stuff like that they're profiting from. And I'm sure that they don't make any sort of profit from being an MP. A lot of them don't even live in the community what they represent. My door was always open when I was a councillor. People were free to come and knock at my door and say, look, I've got this problem, what can you do to help me, and you know, can you give me a voice? So you do, you know. It's not hard to help folks. Family circumstances turned out that I couldn't do it for a lot longer, you know. Father-in-law isn't well and stuff like that. But hopefully I've left it in a bit better shape where people still feel they can do that, you know. Come to my door, you know. I still know the people I used to serve with, and you know, I can give you a voice if you maybe feel that you don't have one, or you can't represent yourself. I'll always put forward what it is you want and what it is you're saying, and you know, I might not even agree with you, but I'll put it forward, you know, because everyone has a voice. First Amendment, freedom of speech, isn't it? Second Amendment, you've got the right to bear arms in case somebody don't like what you said in the First Amendment. But that's a gun thing, and you know, I have my own opinions about the Second Amendment. It's there to keep governance in check. Was the original idea by the founding fathers of America. So they couldn't take too much power. And that's why some of them get a bit uppity when they've got their guns and they want to take the guns off them. Because you're right, you know. Guns don't kill, people kill. If you overstep the mark as a government, you're going to find out, you know what I mean? At least that's in America. Over here, guns aren't as widespread. We do have them. We've got a right to have them. There are a few legal boxes that need ticking in order for you to have them. And even then, we can't necessarily have some of the guns that you have over in America. But, you know, it ain't to defend your home. It isn't to cause harm to anyone, really. It's for keeping pest control down and on farms and things like that. And you can use them for sport, of course. But yeah, seems like a big political pawn that they used as the right to bear arms in America, at least. And they've got outside influences, you know, lobbying groups, all affect decisions that are made. And we've got it here, you know, big business will invest money into certain areas or something that some politician's trying to set up, and presto, suddenly rules are starting to be bent or changed. just to keep big business happy. Corruption. Is it corruption? You know, it's hard to corrupt a community. It's hard to corrupt a family. So that's why I'm a believer in like local governance. I know you do need those. I mean, like I say, to keep the economy going, law and order, things like that. But don't get me wrong. You know, things can get heated in a local community. But ultimately, you've all got to live next door to each other. You've all got to get on. I think that's the key to it, really, isn't it? Try and get on with folks. Listen to them. Debate. You may not agree with them. Put forward your case. Do it calmly. Don't shout over each other like they were in these debates on the telly. Show each other a bit of love and a bit of respect. You know. If you do that, then you know they'll show the love and respect back, and everyone tries to get on. When that community's all getting on, they're a lot stronger. They have a bigger voice. And they can have a bit more impact on those above. It's a joke, isn't it? Behaving like children, bickering, shouting, talking over each other. Can't do with it, mate. So yeah, that's just me thoughts, really. I just wanted to have a little chat about that this week. Well, I'm in a different lay-by today. Still got beautiful views of the Vale of York, East Riding of York. Beep, beep, beep. That's a council lorry. He stopped for his break. You know, doing his bit for the community, tidying up all the rubbish and emptying my bin in the other one. You know, little bin man doing his thing, keeps him employed, keeps his family fed. A lot of people in his community will know him. You know, politics, I don't know. The thing is, the American one, it drags on for ages, doesn't it? Don't know how you boys do it. Good God. We still got to pick somebody who's going to be in charge of the bloody party, and then somebody who's in charge of running the campaign to be president. God, dear. I'm not saying ours is any better. Christ, we've had more prime ministers the past few years than I've had bloody hot dinners. Usually due to incompetence or, you know, just not being popular. I don't mind not being popular. I don't mind if people hate me. As long as I get the point that I'm straight with you, and I'll help you best I can, and I'll represent you if I need to do. I'll give you the voice. Shame that a few of those in power can't do that, innit? Listen. Instead of talking, just listen. Just shut your gob and listen. Because when you listen, you learn. You learn about the people around you. You learn about your opposition and those who are against you. And sometimes you might have things in common. If only people would listen more. So yeah, not really a political thing or a judgment on the American way of doing things, or those who are running, or the debates, or any of that. Just my thoughts on governance, really. Look after yourself, as always. Look after those around you. Look after your environment. Make an allotment. Show the love, show the respect. I don't think people will go far wrong if they do that, including you, Bodgers. We've got a little community here, haven't we, really? On YouTube, 125 of us. 125 Bodgers that want to sit and listen to me otter on about rubbish. Or watch me try and fix something and make a right bloody ash of it. Or, you know. It amazes me. Amazes me. I'd like to share that a bit more, you know. Share this video. Share any of my videos. You know, if you think somebody will get something out of it, like, subscribe, ring the bell, you know, all that stuff. And hopefully we might be able to make a bit better community here on YouTube. The same values. Listening. I don't think you'll learn a lot from my ramblings, but it might spark something in somebody else. And they might say, right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll have a go at being a parish councillor. I only need 10 people to sign a piece of paper, and then I can put myself forward. The community votes as to whether they want me representing them. Hey presto, suddenly you're a parish councillor. You're able to do these things. Don't take a lot. So yeah, not a lot more to say really. Keep it local. Keep it respectful. And show the love, Bodgers. Till next time. See you later.